I will not be beaten. I will not be beaten by the internet. I honestly don't know what's going on sometimes in this country. As Dave, my good friend there, coaching client, he just said to me, "You can land men on the moon, but you can't get decent Wi-Fi in southwest London or Cardiff," because he had a few struggles as well. We are where we are. We're starting 25 minutes late, but who cares? Who cares? You can watch this back at any time you want to watch it back. We are live across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, across 7 platforms, not 8 now. I'm just testing that out as well. But we're here. Loads of you are going to join us. Let's get straight into it. Leave your comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Please accept my apologies for the ridiculousness of the internet. But we're back. So tonight, Life Remixed Inspirations. Okay. Inspiring people are going to come on every single month from my coaching clients group, people that I'm working with on a regular basis. As you know, I've set myself up as a leading UK life and business coach. My book, Life Remixed, which is there, as you can see, and also there. Life Remixed is changing lives. It changed my life. The strategies in there will change your life as long as you apply them and go for it. So we're going to have a really interesting evening tonight. It is a bit of a success club. And we are all cheering each other on and supporting each other. You may notice that I'm wearing a T-shirt here. It says "La da dee da da, la da dee da da." There you go. And that T-shirt there is celebrating Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters, which is a great track. And it's the brainchild of my guest this evening. My guest this evening, his name is Dave Mills, but he was born Dave Jones. And I'm sure he'll tell us a bit more about that as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring him in and then we're going to go through everything we want to go through with you guys this evening. Let's welcome him into the studio. Better late than never. Mostly down to me, not down to him. Dave Mills.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
Do you know what? Right? There's areas when I drive to work, right? When I drive to work and there's a few little black spots of like when I'm on the phone, I mean, I don't get it. It's like I'm in Cardiff, you know. If I'm up the valleys where I'm from, I get it, right? But I'm in Cardiff. It's the capital of Wales. And like the phone connection goes. It's crazy. In this house, as we had earlier in mine, it's just like you can't. Sometimes I gotta walk to the garden to get phone connection. It's crazy. But there we are.
Mate, listen, I'm working with StreamYard and you know, I've got this I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi at all. And yet on the internet here, I've got StreamYard telling me I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, which is why you've got poor connection. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to fix this. Andy Ward swears he's got the solution. I need to talk to Andy. I need to get it sorted out. But listen, welcome one and all. Good evening, Jason. Thanks for your message, mate. I'm sorry, I was caught up in the thick of trying to get this getting this online. So Jason's here. You can see that, Dave. Jason's just saying evening to everyone. The good lady Emma and Frankie the pup are saying, yeah, I'm sure this will be worth the wait. Absolutely. We got there, Ems. We got there. So, yes, indeed. So tonight we're going to talk about all things in the music, which is your brand. And it's really, it's turning people's heads. People are looking at your T-shirts and your designs, and people are really taking notice of what you're doing. And that's why I invited you on. I've also invited you on because it's pre-Christmas and I want every single person in the Life Remixed network and every single person I can reach, I want you to buy a T-shirt for your loved ones, a T-shirt or a sweatshirt. Dave, why don't you talk us a bit through the brand, a little bit of history, and then show us a few of the designs that you've got there as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about the brand, how we came up with the idea first. I mean, obviously I was in the music industry for a while, promoting a night called Cool House, and then just with the young family decided, I just couldn't do the late nights anymore. You know what I mean? So give that up. But it's been something I've been thinking about for years of sort of, design T-shirts. And actually, me and my daughter, I'm in the kitchen now, and a few years ago, my daughter's 12 now, I think she must be 9 or 10. We sat here designing some, do something with my daughter, get some, let's design some T-shirts. So nothing came of it. I mean, I was trying to think and find the right idea. And then bang, last year, just thought, actually, this in the music came to me. I was actually playing on my decks upstairs. and I was playing a song called by Deep Swing, and it's called In the Music. And I was just playing, thinking, hang on, that's the name of the business, because you're in the music. I know it's quite cheesy, but it was just like, well, actually, yeah, because I designed T-shirts all about music, and in front of me was an Alison Limerick, Where Love Lives, and obviously the record sleeve is a heart. And that's why I came downstairs and I got my pad out and I started sketching and writing some ideas down. And that was last June.
Yeah, brilliant. And show us a few, mate. Show us a few you've got in front of you there.
So the ones that fit, this is obviously Where Love Lives. This is the heart and obviously the wording. This has just gone on fire recently, this one, since we've launched this. The Time Marches On. That has just gone through the roof with sales. I think we've hit a button there with a lot of female sort of customers. Big Love. Yeah, love it. Great track. And then, do you know what? Actually, one of my favourites is this one. I don't know if you can see it.
Going deeper through your speaker.
Yeah. So that's one of my favourites, and we've done one as well with, this is like a vinyl, because I love vinyl. Yeah. Because I still teach on vinyl. All I teach on vinyl. I don't. I've seen that when I've gone out, I've had to put them on the USB sticks, but from upstairs, I get a plastic out.
No, it's amazing. And yeah, Emma says it's one of my favourite sayings, Big Love. It is. I end nearly every email, Big Love. Obviously it was a big Pete Heller song, Big Love, but it's a brilliant slogan. It's a brilliant T-shirt. Obviously, Seamus has got a record label called Big Love as well. So, it's really good. It's just a really sensible thing to do. And the fact that you put little stories, don't you, about, where love lives. I mean, you've got a story about each song and why it inspires you when you send out the packaging.
Yeah. So I think the meaning behind, obviously the names of tracks, but like you said, Where Love Lives can mean whatever to anyone. Big Love is the name of a track, but it can mean anything to anyone. It's going deeper through speaker. It's just like that vibration. Anything. It's more to do. And that's what the name of In the Music is, to go in with. It can mean, tracks and music mean different things to different people, and that's all. It's all individual. When I send out packages, I send out a little note saying, to Where Love Lives and how I first heard it. Yeke. I can still smell the air in Ibiza. When I came off the plane in '94, my mate Nathan Jones is picking me up for the first time. And me and my mate Phil Lee, we literally booked it the day before. And we got out there and we went in Ibiza, and I guess all I hear was just Yeke track everywhere. And it's like, so it just stays with me. And, I can just smell and taste Ibiza when I hear Yeke. Where Love Lives, I've played that track more the same as you, Mark, over 1,000 times, and the reaction you get from the dance floor and people singing, but yeah, Lard RD, I remember seeing Sanchez in Lakota, and he'd done something with it. He was filtering the music, the tracks back and forth, and I came back thinking, and I tried to copy it as well. I bought 2 copies of it to try and do the same thing. This is before obviously CDJs. This is on vinyl. So I think that it's opening up a nostalgia moment for everyone, and taking it back to a certain time, a certain era. And again, it reminds you of good times, fun times, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, mate, absolutely, and you're bringing the joy to me with this colourful T-shirt I'm wearing, and also Emma says she loves her T-shirt, and I know you're looking at a lot of women's sizes and stuff going forward, aren't you? Charlotte says total nostalgia, but it also feels very, very now, which I love. And Julie's just saying yes, just ordered mine yesterday. It's really cool, mate. It's really cool. You're bringing a lot of joy with what you're doing. And the fact that, you actually, I remember how we met. You booked me to come and DJ at your Cool House night in Cardiff, didn't you?
Well, first, so we started off doing a pre-club bar. Me and Damon with Cool House was a little bar in Cardiff, and then we got bigger and bigger, and more people wanted to we then sort of the bar rooms and second rooms, and our first nightclub, sort of we took over the whole thing. Was yourself and Rocky, the Problem Kids. It was immense, and it was a great night. I mean, the first one I still remember it to this day. And is it Mad Mike? Is the driver?
Yeah, oh, Mike. Yeah.
And it's funny because obviously now that I'm, fast forward. That was 2000 that was 2001. I was 20 years ago. 2001. Fast forward 20 years, and I'm now, sort of working with you, and you're my mentor, and that's like sometimes when I reflected a lot this year, because a lot's happened this year, and when I look back, thinking, my God, I've got Mark Wilkinson, my mentor. We have a chat, every month.
Well, what you said was, I remember you saying this. You said something to the effect of. You'd been thinking for like about 10 years, like, where's Mark Wilkinson now? Like, I haven't heard much from Mark Wilkinson. Where is he? And then what happens? How did you find out about my book? How did that sort of land with you?
Well, it was because I'm always looking back to people who played this, and I'm thinking, what happened? And I haven't seen your name for ages. And then suddenly, thinking, your name popped up, and then there's this the book. I think, oh, right, okay. And I seen it on Facebook, and I just looked at it. There he is. There's Mark. So I thought, well, I have to buy this book, and so I read sort of what was said about it, and thinking, I have to get this book. This is going to relate to me. Because it's all music. Someone that I looked up to because with your music. And I can relate to this because obviously I was going through my own sort of journey at the time as well with trying to find myself and trying to look at avenues. So I ordered the book, and it was like brilliant. Everything, I couldn't put it down. I mean, it takes me a while to read a book, but this one I just read non-stop because I could relate to it. I mean, it's the journey. I mean, and from that. I went onto your website, and you were hosting doing a 5-day to remix your life, and so I signed up for that. And I have to say, I was quite nervous because I was thinking, I hope I speak on the first 5 days. But it was a few people. I think you had a lot of people in on that course. Remember, for over the 5 days, and I thought, I can't speak. I don't want to speak. And then after it, you said that if anyone wants to sort of have a chat with me, and I thought, oh, shall I do it? I don't know if I do it. I think because again, it's Mark Wilkinson. You know what I mean? I said, oh, sorry, let's do it. And that's when we had a chat then. And then speaking to you, it was just like, this is easy because you are it's the same person you are in the book as you are on the phone and obviously in person.
Thank you, mate. That's really generous of you to say that. And I really do appreciate your kind words and just the fact that you've got involved and you wanted to, obviously improve yourself. And we'll come on to that in a little while as well. Jason just says, oh my God, what a great idea, Dave. I'll be pinging you some ideas. Great lyrics with a message. Why can't we live together? That's a great track. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was Illusion, I think. Why can't we live together? Yeah, but that's a great one, Jason. But yeah, look, I think it's a great idea what you're doing, Dave, and I think it's very creative. And you've obviously always had a creative brain and a passion for music. But obviously, what we're doing here is we're here to obviously, support you and get as many people as possible to buy inthemusic.com is the website, inthemusic.com. Go over there tonight and buy your Christmas presents. You've got a 10% code off. So if you use Life Remix 21, go to inthemusic.com, Life Remix 21 as the code. You'll get 10% off on any order that you make the whole of December. So you can even do it after Christmas if you wanted to. But why not? Get Dave working a lot before Christmas, yeah? Let's get him let's get him out there. Matthew Miles is there saying inthemusic.com. Thank you, Matthew. That's great. I'll put that up actually. There you go. There he is. There's Matthew with his dog. Inthemusic.com. And get yourself over there and grab a t-shirt. Grab a t-shirt for your friends, your family. A lot of my family are going to be getting an In the Music t-shirt, and I've given them a few that I want. I want the Big Love sweatshirt and a few other things. So that's all really positive. But obviously, you know, why we're doing this here tonight as well is to support you, Dave, and get everything out there. We're also going to give away a free t-shirt as well. So we're giving away a free t-shirt. What we're going to say to any one of you, I can see the internet's a bit dodgy again, but I'm just going to keep going. I don't care. You know, hopefully you can make the best of it. At least you can hear us, even if you can't see us that well. But what I would say is, you know, we're going to give away a free t-shirt, and we're also going to give a giveaway a free Life Remixed, a signed Life Remixed book there. The code is Life Remixed 21. So Life Remixed 21, the number's 21 on the end. That's your discount code, 10% discount code on Dave's inthemusic.com, inthemusicuk.com, I should say. Sorry. Thank you. Inthemusicuk.com. Dave looks good. It's only I'm blurry. Okay, thanks, Ems. Okay, well, I'll stay blurry for a while, but as long as we can see Dave, that's fine. Pete says I'm going shopping inthemusic.com. Yes, inthemusicuk.com. That's what it is, Dave. You correct me on that, Dave, when I get it wrong.
It's too hot. I don't know. I didn't even think of it. Well, thanks, Matt.
Yeah. Cheers, Matt. Well done, mate. And better internet in Walesville could get it sorted. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good in Southwest London today. You know. So there it is. Use the code Life Remix 21, 10% off from Emma and Frankie there. So. Obviously, you know, we're doing this to you know, talk about you, your inspiration, your brand, you know, and promote, you know, the Success Club and everything we're putting together. I mean, you've reached some amazing people already with this, haven't you? And I know I've helped you get to send one to Rocky. Danny Ramplin has requested another one from us because they can be a little bit on the tight side, some of these, can't they? And the sizes, I've found that myself.
Yeah, the unisex, because it's the unisex t-shirt. So yeah, if they can be, you may need to go up a size. Just I suggest.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm normally 2XL and I'm wearing a 3XL here, and it fits really well. So that's great. So yeah, look, you know, buy the sizes obviously that you feel that will work for you. But Danny Ramplin's supporting you. We're going to send one to Norman J. Who else? Roger Sanchez. You know, what other people have supported you already?
Yeah, Graham Park, Lottie, Darren Emerson, Youssef, Spencer Parker, Rowetta. And I tell you, it's a big support of ours. She's not in the sort of music sort of industry. Is Davina Taylor, who's she's sort of an ex sort of 90s sort of from Hollyoaks, but she's been a great support for me as well. So Davina Taylor's definitely been a huge influence on the brand. Just love the 90s sort of house music. But Roger Sanchez he's pinnacle for me, and you know, I couldn't believe I sent him a message saying they used to play in Cardiff, and I said, and Roger, I don't remember me from Esther before. We shared a change room next to each other. You know, this is like bloody 18 years ago. He's never going to remember, but I do, obviously. But in fairness, he messaged me straight back saying, yeah, this is my size, I'll have it. And I thought, oh, brilliant. And then it's like, there's no way Rod Sanchez is going to take this and wear it. And then the next day after we played on the Saturday, the Sunday, he's in the airport waiting for his connection. And he sends me a personal message, and saying, thank you, love the T-shirt. And there's the picture of my love lives. I was like, I've done it. That's brilliant. It's great. I said, because when I first started, if I ever thought that Rod Sanchez is going to wear my T-shirt, someone I looked up to, like, I'll take it. I know. I'll sign it. I'm done. Danny Tanaglia's requested Where Love Lives T-shirt because a good friend of mine, Demi, who's now his manager, sent him stuff. He said he loves to Where Love Lives. So it's a picture of him on tour with a sweatshirt next to him. They're just about to take the picture, but they forgot and went off. But Demi's taking me the picture, so it showed me that they got it next to each other. But yeah, I've been truly sort of blessed with the support. It's been, you know, from from day one, really. So yeah, truly grateful.
And I often say in life, we're just warming up, we're just getting going, it's early days, right? You've only started this business in the last couple of years. Matt's saying Life Remixed 21 will give Mark supporters 15% off. So we're getting extra discount, Dave. We're getting extra discount.
I thought it was 15. Again, do you know what? Well, I'm glad Matt's turned it to. Matt, by the way, is my business partner.
Yes, brilliant. Yeah, great to have you here, Matt. Brilliant support, mate. Thanks very much. Love your dog. And yeah, Life Remixed 21 will give Mark supporters 15% off. So there you go. Look, get your Christmas presents in for Dave and Matt, and buy some of these t-shirts because they're beautifully designed and they're lovely quality as well. You've gone for a real quality t-shirt, haven't you?
Well, I thought, well, do you know what? With people, aiming at people sort of at a certain age, and I'm thinking you want something that will last, and I want people to come back. I mean, when I was in my 20s, I used to buy t-shirts every weekend just to go out and perhaps wear them once or twice. But I specifically looked at the quality of this and the print as well, the ink. I wanted something that would last, not just through washes. So yeah, I spent some money sort of getting the quality sort of garments in.
So as far as I'm concerned, if you're watching this, wherever you're watching it across the platforms that we're going live on, I can see we're well up there in plenty of people watching, 25 people plus, all watching us live right now. It's wonderful to have you all here. Tag your friends in the thread, wherever you're watching it. Tag a few friends in the thread to be in with a chance of getting a free Life Remixed book from me and a free t-shirt from Matt and Dave. So tag some friends, of course. Charlotte's saying the quality is excellent, and she looks fabulous in her Where Love's t-shirt, Where Love Lives t-shirt, I should say. But here we go. So Emma's saying, did you ever have any self-doubt that it would or wouldn't take off, Dave?
Yeah, do you know what? It was, so we launched I launched a shop in January this year. So the idea was started in, I spoke to Matt last August, and then sort of got the concept, got some ideas, sent them over to him. We started working on sort of designs. And I literally got some of the garments. I had Where Love Lives, Naughty Naughty, Yucky stuff, all ready, boxed upstairs in my bedroom. And then going to launch it in January, I just thought, nah, I don't know if I can do this. Because it was literally, and I literally thought, I don't know if I could put the shop live. And it's weird because one thing that I've struggled with over the years is sort of perhaps self-doubt and always thinking too much. And I'm an overthinker. I'm extremely overthinker. I think too much. So yeah, it was a period where I think, I don't know if I can do this. And I spoke to Matt saying, I don't know if I can do it. And at the time, Matt was just, fully involved with it. And he, in fair play to him, he said, just do it, go with it. Because this is completely new to me. And so, yeah, I did have a lot of self-doubt to do it. But I think that's one of the things that, coming on board with yourself and this year in general is that just go with it. Don't overthink. And that's hard for someone who does overthink a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, we obviously you're well aware now that we do this e-colors self-awareness tool that we use as part of the Remix Your Life coaching, and so we use the e-colors, and you came out as a blue-green, which is a relating thinker. Which means obviously you relate, or I think it's a thinking relator actually, and so you do think a lot. We know that about you, but you also relate. You relate to lots and lots of people, and you've got a real empathy about you, which comes across just by sitting here and listening to you and through our coaching calls and everything. And the fact you're in the people business, aren't you, with the recruitment you do during the day? You are your empathy but the thing that can hold you back, either the procrastination, which we spoke about obviously there with when you were like, I'm not sure I could do it, and also the overthinking of absolutely everything, which can again stop you from achieving what it is you would like to achieve.
Oh yeah, completely. It can be like, well, if I put myself out there, and people are like, "Wow, can I take the criticism? Can I people take what does he think he is? What's he doing this for?" And it's just like, and it's strange because obviously being a DJ, you get in front of people and you DJ in front of a crowd, and and they're thinking, but I know you put yourself out there, but I'm not really, I don't know, you don't talk to you really, you don't talk as well. We're not one of those DJs that get on the mic mark, but that was different. But this was like, I'm sending out sort of my own sort of designs and ideas and thinking people might not like them. But I've learned to actually, who cares? You know, it's all my thought process now is that I'm doing what I like. And it's not thinking, you're trying to please anyone else, thinking, well, this is what I like. I'm going to put it out there. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm not trying to be big. I'm not trying to be the big I am. I'm just trying to be sort of myself and putting ideas out there. If people like them, great. And so far, it's this year's blown my mind.
Wow. You've got to love that, haven't you? Because Christmas will be a time for reflection for everybody. And when you can actually reflect back and say, you know, what sort of year was this? You know, to hear, you know, a good friend such as yourself, you know, someone who's read the book and is now a coaching client, to say this year has blown my mind is just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, it's just a great way to and then I like to think, well, what can you do in 2022? What can you do in 2023? What can you do? You know, you can do anything you want, Dave, in all honesty. You know, you got to keep creating. And it's one of the reasons I'm back in the studio making music. I'm making music that I like, and I'm just going, I hope you like it. I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for anything. I'm just doing it for the pleasure of saying, this is really cool. I hope you really, really like it. You know, so yeah, I think all power to you on that one, mate. And I would say as well, there's sometimes there's a bit of a stigma around men, isn't there, and around men opening up. And Julie, who's watching, Julie was on a session with me today, and she made a great observation, and she made a great compliment to me about, as she said, how amazing it is that I'm actually, through my book and coaching and everything we're doing, I'm actually getting men to kind of open up a bit more and actually talk about their feelings, and talking about the overthinking, or talking about, you know, any issues they have, so that they can actually, you know, do more. You know what I mean? They can do more and actually be more and have more and become better people, you know, not just, you know, not just survive and get through. You know, how do you feel about that when I say that?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, coming from the Rhondda, so there's, you know, this is where, you know, the coal miners, and you've brought up to be, you know, a man, and, you know, and get on with things, and yeah, completely, just get on with it, get out working, and you know, but I've never had issues. I think with showing my emotions. I mean, I'm quite emotional. I know I'll cry and weep in films. I mean, I love Mary Poppins and Wizard of Oz. I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm the one looking, and the kids look at me thinking, "Oh, Daddy crying now as well." This film, so I've never had that sort of issues with opening up, but I know the guys do. And myself and Matt, you know, Matt's another one. We have talks about sort of. Both of us we talk about sort of our mental health as well. But I can see how it can be, because I know guys like it, and friends who like it, and I'm thinking, some guys, well, why do I need to, you know, why do you read those books for? Why, you know, why do you need a mentor? Why do you need a life coach for? I mean, but it does help, because he just is talking, and it's nothing. There's no issue with it. There's no problem with it. You know, it's not. You think it's not a weakness at all. You know, in fact, it's the opposite. So yeah, if more men could do it, then the benefits of getting things off your head, because that's where it is. And, you know, just when you talk to somebody, you just get releasing the pressure from your head. You empty the water from the jug. You mean, and then no doubt that jug will fill up again, because there's always stuff, and then you have a chat, and then you empty again, and then you just continue to go on.
Because we do coaching sessions every 2 weeks. We do a group coaching call with the entire group once a month. Yeah. And people, you know, are getting such value from this, and you included, Dave, which I you know, highly appreciate you coming on here. You know, we're here to obviously make sure that you get lots of Christmas presents and lots of Christmas orders with your great designs, and also as well, you know, to celebrate your success. I mean, one of the things you said to me when we asked you for sort of a testimonial was the way you respond to challenges now is slightly different.
Oh yeah, I gave up drinking last June, so I've been sober for 17 months, and that was a change I needed to do. That was a torment in my own head. I mean, there's nothing wrong with drinking. I like drinking, but it was the anxiety that I was getting after it, and it was getting worse as I got older. But I've always thought about giving up drink because I thought I don't think it's a me. I don't need it because I can still be the person I want to be. But it was, and at one moment I thought I've got to give up drinking, and then it was only with that. It's only when you give up drinking, that's just a part of it. And then you've just got to learn then to be your true self, and how do you bring that out yourself? How do you have the confidence to be that person? And it's only, I found it then, sort of talking to yourself, and just talking about things and having that confidence, just put myself out there, not overthinking. That's what it's. So if you go to the gym, you want big arms, you'll pick up the dumbbells and you'll do the bicep curls every day. If you don't want to sort of think too much, then you talk about it and you speak to someone like you and you give me sort of the pointers and then I go off on it. But I think that my head is less busy now and I'm able to deal with things a lot better. I can move on, I can stop. Actually, is this any good? I'm not saying I never get anxiety. Of course I get anxiety. Do I worry? Yeah, I worry, but I can stop myself and again, is this worth worrying about anymore? Can I do anything about it? If I can't do anything about it, then what's the point worrying about it? You just move on. And think and just let the universe say, hang on, it's out there. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's where I see things now as well. So when I was 12 months ago to where I am now is a massive difference. I've got a lot more space in my head to create ideas. Yes. My life is so busy now. I think I can't worry too much because I'm too busy.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a very creative person and you're doing a lot of great things in the world and great things in your life, you haven't got time to worry. You haven't got time for negativity because you're so busy working forward and not being a busy fool. You're actually working and creating and doing something that actually gives you, real, positivity and good energy. And Pete's just saying there, well said, Dave. Yeah, and a couple of high fives. There you go, mate. And I always, what does it say there? I always say worrying solves nothing. It's just a waste of energy. Yeah, absolutely right. It is a waste of energy, and yet so many people spend so long doing it. And when we're younger, we spend so much time doing that. And I mean, I was talking to clients today, and it's just about, if you want to create something, good, you can't be off in doubt and fear and worry and anxiety and negativity and what's the neighbours saying, or what are they going to say, or who's going to judge me for that, or you can't be there because it's just a waste of time. You've got to be in a position where you clear away all of that negativity and then actually create something really, really powerful. And that's what you're doing, Dave.
Yeah, do you know what? I think it's, I remember you saying to me, you got to go on Instagram and do a live talk. And it's like, if I got to do that, I don't want to do it because people might be thinking, who is he again? And it's like, what does he think he is? And it's like, I think, well, actually, and I've done it loads of times now. And it's like the first one was a bit awkward. But, and I think the other thing then as well is using strengths. It's going back to, you're a great coach and you've got your strengths and you help me. Matt Miles, who's now my partner in the music. Matt, I've known Matt for over 20 years. Matt used to design all my flyers. And he was sort of, me and him were working on the designs. And I think, well, it just makes sense, actually. Matt's a great designer. And great ideas. I don't bring him in. I think it's just like sharing knowledge, sharing ideas and sharing and bringing people into your life that bring positivity. And that's what, that's what I've done with yourself. That's what I've done with Matt. It's just bringing people in that actually I want to work with. I want to be around. And the people that you don't want to be around, then you don't. And you try and that's the end of it.
Well, you are the sum total of the books you read and the people you spend most time with. So you want to choose good books. You want to choose good books that are going to add value, and you want to make sure that you hang around with positive people and creative people, and that's what we're creating. That's what we've created in the Life Remixed coaching clients group. We're creating a team, high performing team. High performing teams actually create positive and great businesses. No one person created a business on their own. Many people created a job for themselves. Yeah, that's fine. But to create a business creates a team, or needs a team of people. And when you've got a team of people, that are prepared to work together, it's like what Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, he says, bring a mastermind of people together. Have a mastermind of people together and then create together. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, obviously, we're going to crowdfund a property not a million miles away from your neck of the woods, from where you were born, right? In Yeah. So we're going to, we can do something positive there as a crowd, of people, putting money into an investment. That's another thing that we're doing. It's really, really positive. And I'm so grateful to you for being a part of this and embracing it. And you didn't hold back. It might have taken you a few weeks to kind of decide and go through the process with me, but you read the book. You obviously had a really positive experience. You came on 5 days to remix your life, another positive experience. And then you had a discovery call with me, and straight away you were like, I'm all in. You didn't pause. You didn't think about that. You just went, let's go for it.
That's not like me, because I don't do that. I mean, I'll come back. If I go clothes shopping, I'll go in one shop, I'll come out, I'll go another one, I'll go back in that shop again, I'll look at it again. I might pick up that pair of jeans 3 or 4 times before actually buying them. I mean, so what I did with you, I remember that, let's do it, let's go. And that's what a lot of my life this year has been like, I'm doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm doing that, let's do it. And that's the journey that I've gone on this year. And
it's been a much more successful year than the previous one.
Oh, completely. Yeah, completely. Yeah. Well, Roger Sanchez wore my T-shirt.
Mark Wilkinson's wearing the T-shirt. Oh, mate, that's amazing. Keep tagging in the stream, guys. We've got lots of people joining us. I'm sorry my Wi-Fi is absolute crap, but as long as you can all see Dave clearly, that's the important one tonight. So lots of people getting quoted in here. Dave Jarvis is with us. Dave's just saying great words or good words.
Yes, Dave.
Brilliant. There's Dave. He's the top man. Emma just saying what other people think is none of your business. Although I know as a top colour blue, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you've got so much empathy for people as a blue-green, particularly in e-colours. You've got so much empathy for people. It's almost like you want them to like you. Do you know what I mean? You want them to love you, and you want to put out a product in this case that reaches everybody. But you can't please everybody, Dave. That's a big one to understand.
Yeah, completely. And I think that's where, I don't like confrontation, and but saying that, well, some of the boys might say different when I step on a 5-a-side football pitch. That's different. But yeah, I love getting to know people. I like, I don't like upsetting people, and I don't like people that are having different opinions of me. But I think as I got older, certainly, I'm 46 now. I've lived a good life, and I think through experience, it's like, well, it is what it is, but that's only I've had to learn that. To really let go of that, and that's come this year. Thinking, this is me. If people like me, they like me. If they don't like me, then it is. I'm not trying to be anyone. I'm not trying to be, and that was my own head. I was creating these own things in my own head, thinking, oh, people think I'm this, they think I'm that. Thinking, well, actually, this is just me. I can be over smiley and over chatty sometimes. So, but that is just me.
Dave, honestly, you're doing a brilliant job, mate. And Emma says top colour green overthinking, but she loves your new attitude, by the way, there, Dave. So that's great. Wes is saying 3 T's on the way to Macclesfield. So he's been on your site and all. There you go. Jason Thornton saying out of stock on medium time marches on. So he's on there as well, having a look. The
issue at the minute as well, it's a nightmare trying to get stock because of delivery issues and stock, because these garments come from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's trying to get them over. Yeah. So it's they come over, they go to North Wales, and then they come on to me and then the printers. So I'm having issues in getting certain sizes and colours in a minute.
Yeah, but that's all right. Listen, the point is, if people want the stock or make their orders, I know how well you communicate with them, because you care so much about people and you care so much about the brand and what you're doing. I know you're there communicating with people, letting them know, look, there's going to be a little delay, it's on its way, etc., etc. But obviously, you're going to try and get as many out pre-Christmas. But that Life Remix 21 15% off code goes all the way until New Year's Eve, right? So, whenever you're watching this back or anything like that, get on inthemusicuk.com and use that Life Remix 21 code. Keep tagging people as well. Keep tagging people. I see lots of people getting tagged. Keep tagging people while we're here. We're going to be here for a little while longer. Keep tagging people, and they will win. Someone's going to win. We're going to choose someone. Someone's going to win a free T-shirt from In The Music, which will be from Dave's choice. And someone will win a free signed copy of the Life Remix book as well, which has the power to change your life, apparently. Thank you, Dave.
100%. 100%.
So thank you for that, mate. That's amazing. So, your early sort of things around music. When did you first get into house music, and where was you mentioned Roger Sanchez. I put a list of DJs in my book. Norman J, Frankie Knuckles, Terry Farley, a number of Danny Rampton, obviously, a number of DJs that really, really inspired me. What's your history? You're about a few years younger than me, but what's your history? How did you pick up on this?
Well, I've always been my family quite music, but so the influence when I was a kid was my mother's into Diana Ross, ABBA, Barbra Streisand. I mean, it's quite very sort of love songs, and she has influenced me, unfortunately, on the other side. My father was into the Shadows and Cliff Richard. My brother was into classical music as a kid, believe it or not. Classical music as a kid. But I was always into the pop stuff. I was always into pop music. And but in the sort of late mid 80s, and I started hearing. I remember when I first heard Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. My father loved it. I think, what is this? And then suddenly, I got into sort of Run DMC, and then it was that sort of the music coming all from America, and it got obviously Marshall Jefferson, and so I always got into the electronic side of music from my family. But house music, I went really into house music. My brother was in the army, and he came back from, I think it was early 90s. I think it was 1991, and he said, give me a tip. And he gave me his tip, and I said, what is this? This is unbelievable. And he was just obviously a house music from the early 90s. And then from that, then, just like, I need more of this. And then it was a club in Swansea called Martha's, where I used to go on a Saturday night and just dance my little legs away until the early hours. But from then I thought, actually, do you know what? I want to be a DJ. And the influences, and then a good friend of mine, we went and seen Roger Sanchez for the first time again. This was in Lockwater, and seen him a few times over there. And this was, I think, 94. He just came over here, 94, 95 potentially. And again, it just blew my head away. And I thought, I've got to be a part of this. I have to be a part of this. And I met up with a friend, Damon, from Merthyr, another Valley boy, in 96. And then that's when we started Cool House. I joined in. The Cool House was already started, and they invited me in. And then Nathan, who originally started Cool House with Damon, left to go to Birmingham, and I took in. And then I just said, right, this is what I want to do. This is the vision. I want to take this further. We want to do club nights, and we did. And I was blessed to have a great career as a DJ and as a promoter. We got voted second best night in the UK by Radio 1 listeners on Pete Tong's show. Amazing. So Circus in Liverpool beat us, and then we came second, and we had Radio 1 come down and do live streams in Cardiff as well. So, I going back to that Valley boy, to where I was, to what I accomplished in promoting and DJing, and going over to going to South America DJing and Europe. It was crazy. But when my daughter was born, I got my students. So my daughter's the youngest, and when she was born, I thought I can't do this anymore. I still was working as well, so I was working in recruitment. And I thought I can't do it, and that's when I stopped. I had my headphones in. I think it was 2012. I thought, do you know what? I want to be a dad. I don't want to be up all night. I don't want to be out all weekend. I want to see my kids and spend time with them, and that's what I did. I stopped it all, but the passion was in there. I still love music, love it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, unfortunately, I used to drink too much wine on a Saturday night, put the headphones on, and you'd see my YouTube. But it's funny, right? Because you get up in the morning and you see you'd see my YouTube. I start off with house music or classic stuff, and then perhaps I'm into techno, and then I go to love songs because the wine is kicked in. So I'm like, I love a bit of love songs, and then I'm finishing off a bit more house music and techno. I think I won one hell of a journey last night. That's obviously
went on a big musical journey. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I went on a little festival, no it.
Party for one.
Yeah.
No, Charlotte's just saying tuning into intuition, there's such power and grace in that. Yeah, and I agree, Charlotte, absolutely. And the passion never left you, mate. You know what I mean? And it's the same for me. Like, you know, I'm making little videos of me in the recording studio now, and I'm back there every few weeks and just posting them. I know you've seen a couple of those, and I just put in my happy place, you know, and I am. It's just happy. You can't escape it. Music's in your bones. It's in your soul. You know, it's part of who you are. And just because you earn money in other ways doesn't mean that actually that you can't, you know, express yourself in a certain way. And what you're doing within the music is expressing yourself in a fantastic way. And I'm not sure there's an image. This is not an image I necessarily wanted in my life, but here it is. He was listening to ABBA the other day whilst ironing and sending out all.
That's true, because Matt came round and he came out. Literally, people must, whether they think we got a big unit or whatever, everything gets sent to my house, and there's boxes and boxes and boxes upstairs. And so yeah, when they come in, I make sure I take them out, and because some of them I make sure that they're not creased before they send them out. And he came out and picked him up, and it was a Sunday. So Sunday is my sort of, I can pick anything I want. That's the rules on a Sunday. If it's a Saturday, then yeah, I got issues.
I don't know why. I'm just going to embellish this little story and say you're in your boxer shorts, listening to ABBA in your boxer shorts, ironing and sending out all that just tips it over the edge for me. That's just that's too much. Too much. But he stitched you right up there. Dave. But thank you for sharing. That's brilliant. And Wes has come up with an idea that we've actually discussed once before, mate. Sweet music T-shirts, right?
Yes.
And perhaps a life remixed, you know, in the music, life remixed or something. Yeah, it'd be amazing if we could put that together.
There's a collaboration written all over that, Mark, definitely.
Yeah. Listen, I love that idea, and Emma and I would love that idea. And to work with you and Matt and put on a limited edition life remixed T-shirt or something, I think that would be amazing to do that next year. So let's do that. And sweet music, or indeed any of the tracks that I'm making at the moment, if they inspire you, Dave, then you know, do something, do something about that, and let's continue the collaboration. So as far as the coaching goes, there's lots of stuff we cover, isn't there? There's lots of things we cover. There's lots of subjects. We talk about your purpose, your vision, your goals. We talk about multiple sources of income. We talk about focus and decision and determination. You know, there's so many things. I mean, I know you really enjoy your 2 sessions a month with me, don't you? I mean, you get a lot of value from what we're doing, don't you?
Oh, completely. And again, it goes back to, I mean, it's you know, from the start of the journey to where we are now. I mean, again, it's still a long way to go. I mean, not saying that great, I've sorted it and that's it. It's like you've got to have those touch points with you at those times. And as you know, I mean, there's been different challenges that I need to talk to. I think, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. How do I deal with this? Can we
talk? Can I mention what happened to
you? Yeah.
So those of you that don't know, I mean, fair play to Dave. He's been incredible throughout this process. We were coaching. We'd been coaching for 2 or 3 months, and I was in the gym. On a Monday morning, and I got a message from Dave saying, "Can we postpone a midday call today, Mark, which I was surprised at because I was kind of like, well, it's not really what Dave does. And he said, because my brother died yesterday. And I feel emotional, even like, I just couldn't, I was like, what? And, and I mean, as well as I do, Dave, that, I said to you, just get in touch. And we had quite a few sessions together that, they're not paid sessions. They were just me being there for you. But I believe I helped you with that grief and that side of things.
Oh, 100%. I mean, my brother's death was a huge shock. And it's, I've had grandparents, and unfortunately passed away, but it's sort of the process was like I could get my head around it. And the way my brother passed away, was just like I couldn't get my head around it. And because the relationship I had with him, he's my best mate, my brother, and we were close. So it was difficult to understand. And I think, when talking to you about it, and again, this is part of the journey that everything it tests you. I mean, for whatever reason, and things happen. But thankfully, I mean, I speak to my brother, and I know he's around me, and I get this. I feel his energy and I feel his direction. You just, again, you can either go one way or you go another way. You mean you see things, and I suppose death 100%. If I was still drinking and had that sort of life, I've completely wouldn't have done what I needed to do. You mean I spoke to you, and I continued to do that. On that night, my kids done athletics, and I said, I'm taking my daughter to athletics. The following Tuesday, I took my son to football training. My brother's sport mad, so I knew that he wanted me to do that. And it was a touching thing, actually, because I'm a football coach as well for my son's team. And on the Saturday, the parents did the Saturday after my brother passed away, they had a game. And I looked over and I seen all the kids, these are 14-year-old boys, these I know, taping up their arm. I think, what are they doing? And then suddenly turns around and my son came over. He said, "Oh, Dad, they're doing that for Uncle Kerry." And I went, and I had to ref this game, right? Because there was no ref. So I was like, "You're kidding me, boys." I was literally had to hold it in because I had to hold it in. He says, "All parents on the side." I'm refing this game thinking, but you know what? Things like that, just like there's good people out there. And I thought, these 14-year-old kids, they just seem, that meant the world to me because that's what they've done, And I thought, well, they've done that for my brother as well. So I think you look at people and you get, and again, it goes back to who you want to spend time with, who you want to listen to. And the way you directed me and give me sort of advice to deal with that challenge, it was brilliant. It was a great sort of way to talk about death, because death is unfortunately it's all around us, and it's the way you deal with it.
It is a part of life. We can't escape it. I think when it's a shock like that, if I may say so, you took it so well in your stride. I know it wasn't easy, and I know there was so many things that came up that we had to talk about and work through. But I love what you're saying about the energy, and I love what you're saying about how other people rallied round. And I mean, when you're telling me about the kids wearing the armbands, mate, I'm actually welling up. Do you know what I mean? So it's special. It's people. In every crisis, there's an opportunity. So what I say, and the opportunity for you is to be driven on and not waste a minute. Not waste a minute of this glorious life that we've got, that we've been given, to actually get out there and actually make a difference in other people's lives. Which you will benefit from. You're making a difference in everyone's lives with these wonderful tees and the sweatshirts and all the in the music stuff you're designing and putting out there. I think it's wonderful. And Jane's watching from Australia, and Jane saying, if you're open to the signs from the spirit world, you'll see them. They will show you they're still with us. And Jane, I understand fully where you're coming from. I would also say that Julie, who's in our group, Dave, you've met Julie. Julie's also a medium and does a great deal of work in that part of life. So It's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. And I'm very open-minded to all things nowadays, because the more open-minded you are, the more success you will actually feel in your life. And I think you could say the same, right? Go on.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. That's exactly what I said to you about living the life I want. I mean, what's happened is I've allowed my head to be open, and just so I'm letting sort of the bad stuff out quick, and there's more room for the good stuff to come in. And it's having that patience and having that confidence that what you're doing is the right thing. Having that patience that listen, things aren't going to be done tomorrow, but you're going in the right direction. Whether it's a small step, and I got the belief that my brother is talking to me. I know it, and I don't care what other people think. I can feel it. I know it. I know what I'm thinking. I'm putting good vibes. It goes back to I'm believing that the person I am, I'm doing things for the right reason. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm trying to give people more of me, because I think there's, to be good. I think if you've got good intentions, then good intentions will go out there and they'll come back, and there's definitely I think that you've said it many times, trying to give, that's where the success is. When you give to yourself and give to others, then that's the greatest thing.
You said the word try about 5 times in the last sentence. You're not trying, Dave. You're doing it, mate. You're absolutely doing it. You are. The more you give of yourself, the more the universe is going to reward you. So the more you give out, the more great energy that you give out, the more things will come back to you. So if you give out a smile, you'll get a smile back. If you give out gratitude, you'll get gratitude back. If you give out any good energy, you'll get great energy. And we've got a beautiful thing here. It says, what a beautiful tribute from young lads, and good that they could express themselves as well. Doing that for your brother. And James just saying as well, have you done a tee for your brother? Have you done a t-shirt for your brother? That's a nice idea.
Well, my brother's favorite, my brother's favorite song was K-Class, Show Me Love. He loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's literally. Yeah, so that's definitely one on the cards. So he loved that song. So
you've got to do that, mate. You've got to do that.
And again, Show Me Love. It can be related to anyone. Can take that, and it can mean anything to anyone. But for me, it means I can see my brother with his great t-shirt on, black jeans, in Port Football Club on a Sunday, going mad for it. I mean, so that's my memory of it, and it put a smile on my face.
That's amazing. And what a great tribute. So when's that? Is that coming in 2022?
Well, yeah. So do you know what so me and Matt, what we've been doing, I never thought. So we worked on Where Love Lives, Naughty Naughty, Yeke Yeke, and Going Deeper Through Your Speaker. That was the first 4. And that was it. But then we've done 13 or 14, I think, this year. So we just we worked tirelessly, man. So we said to each other, let's just take a break now. In fact, actually, Matt has sent me over one this afternoon. He can't help himself, and he sent me one over this afternoon. So
I'm loving Matt. I want Matt on the sweet music and the live remix one. But keep going, mate. Go on.
Yeah, so we have been tying back and forth. So we said, well, let's wait until the new year. But he sent me one. He sent me a design over that he's been working on, and an idea that we spoke about. But yeah, Show Me Love. There's a load more in there, and it's great. You know what? We put out to people. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? And so we can try and it's all about on the Instagram feed and Facebook feed that we got. We've just getting some good feedback back as well about sort of what tracks to do.
I love the Show Me Love, as you say. Just put it onto the t-shirt, onto the sweatshirt. It could anyone could relate to that. Same with Big Love. The same with, but the Yeke Yeke one. What did you say the printers? What did you say the printer said to you?
Oh yeah, so when I went down to print, he said, "Your Yiki Yiki t-shirts are ready," and I said, "Oh, Yeke Yeke," and he said, "What does it mean?" And I said, "Well, that's exactly." Now Matt said this, right? He said, "When you go Yeke Yeke, right, you feel you're part of a club." I was walking down Canton, right? I was walking in Canton, my local sort of high street, right? I was walking down there, and I got a Yeke Yeke sweatshirt on. And I was walking down Canton, and I went football training. And one of the dads of football training that I coach his son, he came at me and he said, "Dad, was it you wearing the Yeki Yeki sweatshirt?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Whose is it?" I said, "Where do you get it from?" He said, "It's mine." He said, "No, where do you get it from?" I said, "No, it's mine." "Yeah, it's not. I designed it." He said, "That's wicked." He said, "Yeki Yeki." But it's like it's either you know Yeki Yeki or you don't know Yeki Yeki, because people, and that's the secret club of Yeki Yeki.
Yeah, it is. It's a secret club. If you're wearing Yeke Yeke and you're walking around, you either know the song by More Kante or you don't, and you're like, it's Yiki Yeek or Yek or whatever the printer said to you. Do you know what I mean? I think that's brilliant. And I also love the fact that you're like, it's mine. Well, yeah, of course it's yours. You're wearing it, but where'd you get it from? No, it's mine.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. So Matt's just made a really great point as well. We've been so blessed that Dave Brothers' daughters have both been involved and helped model all the clothes. They seem to really enjoy being part of something positive with their uncle, especially during a tough time. How amazing is that? If you haven't bought an inthemusicuk.com t-shirt or sweatshirt yet, here's a reason. Here's another reason. Not just you love the brand, not you just love the music, not that you just love the colors. Think about these guys. Think about these guys that are putting this together, and Dave's brothers' daughters who've been through this and lost their dad in the last 6 months are actually modeling and putting and being up on the Instagram and the Facebook pages, wearing this clothing and being a part of that and being closer to Dave, you know, their uncle, their loving uncle. I think that's Matt. Thank you, mate. That's special. Really, really special. Really special. And Instagram is James was saying, what are the Insta and Facebook pages? So we've got Instagram.com/inthemusicuk. Charlotte's come up with a couple of beauties. Look, Promised Land. Oh, that's a good one. And Voodoo Ray.
Voodoo Ray is something we were talking about in the summer, actually. Because that's another
another secret club. That's another secret club, isn't it? The Voodoo Ray Club.
It is definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Those are so good. Look at how many ideas just by doing this pre-Christmas and sharing this positivity, even with my dodgy internet and everything else that's going on. Just by sharing this positivity and people watching and sharing, we're learning something about you, Dave, and about your brand. We're learning about what you've learned from only a few months going through coaching with me, and we're learning. Or we're inspiring, hopefully, you and Matt with loads more new ideas. So I know you want a bit of time off for Christmas, but that's not happening because you've got a lot more work to do, right? I think it's brilliant. And so, yeah, I mean, moving outside your comfort zone, I think that's been a big one for you. I mean, you've mentioned, obviously, I've been pushing you to do these Instagram videos and stuff like that. I mean, moving yourself further outside of your Instagram, doing stuff like moving yourself further outside of your comfort zone, doing stuff like this. I mean, this is not in your comfort zone originally, is it?
Oh, not at all. I'm again, like you said, when we're DJing, you don't speak to people. I can be up in front of people, but I wasn't speaking. And I thought of actually, when you said you've got to do an Instagram live and tell people who you are and what you're about, and they need to see you and buy into you. And I thought, do I really need that? That was a huge cut out of my comfort zone. But I've done it a number of times since. And Matt has said, "Come on, we need a video from you." And I think, "Oh, okay." But the more I've done it, and the more I've spoken to you, the more I don't care about you're going to get lovers and haters. And when people will. What I found with things I've done in the past is like they'll help you to get to the top, and once you get to the top, you get to the top of, like whether with Coolers when I was getting up there, success. Once you get to a certain level, they want to knock you off your feet again. But you just got to ignore people. And it's because they unfortunately perhaps they've got their own issues, but I'm ignoring that now. It is what it is. I'm not, and I've said it a number of times, I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm trying to be myself. And if people like it, if they've done something, I'm not being to offend anyone.
Just enjoy being you, Dave. You know what I mean? Just enjoy being you, and enjoy the fact that we get to wake up tomorrow morning and have another go at life and enjoy ourselves every day. I mean, if anyone's got, any doubt that something like that could end suddenly, then Dave's story about his brother must surely make you realise that life can be short, and we need to step up, and we really need to get ourselves, moving forward in a positive way. And Dave, all power to you, mate. I think it's wonderful. It's really, really wonderful the way, you're building something here. I often say to people, we're going to be on our rocking chair one day, and I don't want to be sitting on my rocking chair going, "Oh, I didn't write my book because I thought that they'd have a go at me. Or I didn't go on stage and do Life Remixed live because I wasn't sure what people would think of me." No, get up there, Mark. I'm talking to me now. Get up there and do it, right? Get up there and get on with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's the same. It's exactly the same with what I'm coaching you, and 55 other people around the globe already have joined the group, and it's something special's going on. It really is. Talking of new members of the group, Bernadette has joined us. So Bernadette, I'm having my first coaching session with her on Thursday, and I'm hoping she'll be on our group call on Thursday evening, so you can all meet Bernadette. Saying amazing story, Dave. Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful. Emma says mysterious girl. Now what she's doing there is letting the cat out of the bag that she really likes Peter Andre. Emma, that's not cool enough. That's not cool enough for In the Music, babe. just letting you know. Yeah.
I want to get Peter Andre to wear my shirts, mine. So I wouldn't say no to that.
bit of Peter Andre. And Emma's got a question here. If you've got any more questions, fire them in. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up in a few minutes. And once again, apologies about the internet. I'm gonna talk to Andy Ward, or if anyone knows some IT gurus in Southwest London, put them in touch, because I know it's shabby, but it's worked well, and it's been wonderful to have Dave and have his time here. Will you get on the stage at Life Remixed Live then, Dave?
I do what?
What do you reckon? It says there, we'll get you on the stage at Life Remixed Live then.
Oh, Dave, right? Yeah. Fine. Let's do it.
Good lad. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So those of you that don't know, we're doing a Life Remixed Live, our first one, on Saturday, February the 26th, here in Esher, in Surrey, just down the road. So if we can get Drag Dave from Cardiff, I know he's got a gig late that night. I'm hoping he'll be able to come down.
So that gig now is actually swapped. So I'm doing a new night with Dave Jones, the proper Dave Jones from Cardiff, and Jim B. So our night now, we've gone from the 26th. We've changed it to the 5th of March.
Right.
So I am on the 26th.
So we need to explain something there. The proper Dave Jones is another bloke called Dave Jones. You're called Dave Jones. I imagine there's quite a few Dave Joneses in Cardiff, to be honest. But Dave Jones, the other Dave Jones, is a guy that I know, and he's a great guy. He runs Space Lab now, does some great music, does a great podcast. He's a good friend of mine as well, along with Craig Bartlett. That's why you changed your name to Dave Mills, to DJ as Dave Mills, because you couldn't be a second Dave Jones, right, as a DJ. And that's great news, because that means you can be with us on February the 26th.
I can be. Yeah. And anyone in Cardiff, when it comes to our gig on the 5th of March, then come along on the 5th of March.
The 5th of March, Dave Mills is doing a gig in Cardiff. More information, follow In the Music, get involved, buy the teas, and follow him on Instagram and everything else. And by all means, track him and go and listen to him DJ. But by the looks of it, Dave will be with us on February the 26th, and I hope he'll bring a few T-shirts as samples and maybe sell a few on the day and stuff like that as well. Because I'd love people to, we're going to have at least 200, maybe more people with us, 200 to 300 people. I'd love them to be able to get samples and buy your gear, mate.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. I'm looking forward to it.
You can come up on the stage next to me, because I'll be moving miles outside of my comfort zone. Because, as you well know, when you're a DJ, like you said, you're up there mixing the tunes. You don't have the microphone. You're just like, oh, whatever, wave to the crowd, play some music. But when it's just me on a stage with one of those radio microphones and a PowerPoint and a it's going to be really, really different. It's going to be really different. Yeah. And I am looking forward. I am looking forward to standing up there. But I'm going to need you and Julia and Dave and Pete and many of you, Diana, many of you, Charlotte, loads of you are going to come up on the stage and be a part of it, I'm sure, at various different points in 2022. So it's going to be exciting, mate. It's going to be great. So I've got a few more coming up here. A bit of ABBA and ironing on stage in shorts. I like Matt. I think Matt's right up there. Matt's right up there. He's enjoying that. What about a suggestion for a future T-shirt? Get up, everybody. That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
That's great.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, get up, everybody. Come on.
See, you got to sing it. You get it. You got to sing it.
That's a beauty. And Music is a Feeling is now on its way to Cambridge. There you go. Look at that. Amazing. And Emma says, I'll leave the last word to Emma. Well, I'll leave the last comment to Emma, and then we'll leave the last word to you, Dave, of course. But Emma says, where can we get a T-shirt rocket launcher from? So on the stage at Life Remixed, like firing about. There you go. Have a T-shirt. You know, I love.
Do you know what? I'd love to get one of them.
Yeah. A T-shirt rocket launcher into the crowd. Emma, you are an event genius, and I love you to bits, Emma. It's amazing. So brilliant stuff. So Dave, look, we'll leave the last word to you. We're very sorry about the technical issues. Like I said, I'm going to fix them. We need to get on that. But Dave, the last words to you. Talk about your website, social medias, the discount code again. Anything else you want to add, please do, mate.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on, Mark. It's been great. I mean, anyone's the website's in themusicuk.com. You know, everything's on there. There's obviously 50% Life Remix 21 code for everyone to use. Please use it. It's there to be used. But I just want to say thank you so much. I feel really blessed for this year and to be having you as a mentor. And if anyone is thinking of, just thinking, shan't I just do it? Give Mark a call, get in touch with him, and it does, and it will make a change to your life.
I think we should just drop the microphone with that one there, mate. I think that's a mic drop for sure, mate. So listen, big love to you there in Cardiff, mate. Massive, huge love to everyone. Loads of people saying thank you. Please do jump on the thread after, Dave, and interact with people and stuff like that as well. Put your website out there. Let's promote the code as well, because we haven't done a lot of promotion on the code leading up to this. So let's promote the code together, saying, use this code now and get out there. Pick your favorite top, your favorite T-shirt, and then there you go. Yeah, big love, mate. Big love. That's
big
awesome.
love. I'm not a good singer, so I won't do it.
Listen, mate, me neither. But I'll leave you with this. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Dave, stay where you are for a minute, mate. I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone. Big, massive, huge love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Dave and In The Music. Please do purchase. More of what they're doing all the way through December. Use the Life Remix code. We want to support the Success Club. And we love you, Dave. Well done, mate. Stay where you are. I'll say goodbye to everyone. Cheers, guys. Cheers. See ya.